All right. I'm working on my E34 right now, and I got my front bumper off. Grills are kind of out of the way. I put back in my AC fan and moved my power steering cooler somewhere else. But I've always had a problem with this corner right here, lining up properly. I mean, can you imagine driving around with that huge of a gap? Just kidding. I don't drive around with that huge of a gap. But I was looking at an E30 video, and I remember from my days working on an E30 that you can adjust the hood in certain ways. And if you look there, there's a bolt coming through the other side, and over on the other side there should be another one. Yeah, under this bar here, there's another one. But if you notice, there's a witness mark. Now, this hood is not original to this car, but ironically, that's about how far off I am. So you look over on this side, and it's off just a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. So what I'm predicting, or hoping that I can do, is see, this corner I'm relatively happy with. I don't have many issues with that one at all. This one, on the other hand, that's just all wonky. So that tells me that that hood needs to go and slide back that way. So let's give this a shot. Presuming you've gotten to this point where the front of your car looks like that. Those bolts are located here, and then one back there. Now you could fiddle around if you wanted to and try to work around this horn. It's one bolt. I'm going to disconnect it here, let it flop down. Same on this side. I don't really plan on adjusting that side, because if you look, that's pretty good. That looks all right to me. Obviously we got problems here. So I'm going to go ahead and get those horns pulled out. There's a bolt here and a bolt here, and they'll just pop right out. Okay, so I've got these loosed up. They should be pretty much finger tight. That side, not so much. That one in the back, horns are down. Same thing over here. And let me show you the other area where it's obvious I got a hood alignment problem. As you can see right here, there's a big little gap there. There isn't one on the other side, per se, but all right, let's see if I can get creative with filming here and see if you guys can see how I go about manhandling this thing. Okay, so nothing fancy. From what I understand, you just kind of get after it, shove it around. Yeah, that definitely pulled that corner in. Yeah, and that was too much. Got a height adjustment over here. It's a problem. Yeah. Now I'm just going to cinch those same bolts down. It's not that difficult. So yeah, no reason to film it. Okay, so if you notice the previous witness mark of the paint compared to this, it has come back this way slightly and gotten more in line with the previous mark. So I'm reasonably happy with that. Now I'll figure out how to get the height adjustment done, which I think is this guy. There's it. There it is. But it's set really low already. So I'm going to have to do some research to try to figure out what that's about. All right. So this looks a lot better. Much better. Just a slight increase over it, but I mean, that corner just looks way better than it did. Kept this one about the same. same idea. I had to pretty much lean on and massage this hood down a little bit. I have a feeling that this hood, which was on a different car, just wasn't quite right. Got bent or something like that. It really doesn't matter. Point is it looks much better than it did. And I had to massage the whole bolt situation under here. I had to push this thing back a little bit further. And you and I will be looking at the same time. Yeah, you can see how it moved again, just slightly. Didn't change much, but just a little bit. And just to be sure, back here, I took the cowling off, which is this piece it covers right here, because there's a bolt down here that you only have access to in this manner. You can see it right there. That sets the position, along with that bolt, of how high this is. So this will go up or down. Mine's already in the all the way up position, because if you set it down too far, then the hood line drops below here. And I also added some shims here made of razor blades, and I did that a while ago. So there's clearly some hood fitment issues on this particular car. But anyway, hopefully that'll give you an idea what you're looking for. So if you need to increase the hood here height-wise, this is your adjustment mechanism. If you need to adjust the fore and aft this way, that's down here. And then if you have height adjustments, see, this is already squinched in all the way. Pretty much the same on that side over there. So that's your adjustment points. And then otherwise you're just gonna have to bend some metal a little bit. So something, we'll see how it goes.